were built on a defensive line with the secondary to follow, basically. And that whole strategy formula has not paid off. Not with the injuries. They haven't been able to overcome that.
It's really weird, too, because, like, you look at the defensive line, and it's supposed to be the area that this team is the deepest. But it's like Bosa and a bunch of mediocre shit.
Yep.
Like, I'm sorry, Armstead, for what he's producing, is not worth the $20 million that the team is paying him.
He's not.
We said it last year. He's still stealing money.
I thought it was
back
funny,
on
too,
IR again.
how he said in the press conference, well, I see a lot of people say stuff about me in the media, so I just come out here and do what I do. They're right in saying that, Armstead. You do not take over a game the way like DeForest does, the way like Bosa does, the way like Justin Smith did. You don't do that. You're a solid run stuffer and good for maybe a.
He's not even a great run stuffer. He's weak against the run, actually. If you look at his PFF grade, he's terrible against the run, especially when they move his ass inside.
Yeah.
That's where they're missing like Kinlaw, who is more effective, even if he's not getting. Because like you can't sit here, Eric Armstead, with your 2 sacks in 8 games and be a bad player against the run.
Yeah.
Like if you're not going to get sacked, like Kinlaw didn't get sacks, but he's a run stuffer. You know what I mean? Like at least he can get in there. You know?
Yep.
No, Eric Armstead made his money off the back of Nick Bosa and DeForest Buckner.
Yep.
Like,
and we all said it then too. Yeah.
Right. I said it then. I've never been a believer in Eric Armstead. He's just a non-producer. He's a body.
And can I just say this real quick, with all due respect? He's mentally soft. He's mentally soft because if what somebody like Orion Sakamoto says on Twitter gets to you to the point to where you have to not only get at him on Twitter, but then confront him in the locker room the next time you see him, come on.
Wait, what?
Yes, this was a story back then when he came out there. He didn't want to answer Sakamoto's questions because Sakamoto criticized him on Twitter online.
Right.
So you're mentally soft. You're mentally soft. That's what it is.
That's bad, dude. That's bad.
So you are a professional athlete making millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, close to 100 million. That's what you just got an extension for. And you cannot take critique online when you do not perform up to that level of expectation. Right. Get out of here.
Right.
Get out of here. So
I mean, he was all happy about having a sack today, but like that penalty wiped out another sack, so that's like a wash. He didn't really make any other tackles of that. I mean, Bosa almost had a sack. He missed McCoy by like a shoestring.
Yeah.
But he had multiple tackles for losses. He had the forced fumble. Again, he was just everywhere on the defensive side of the ball. So, like, you look at a position that was supposed to be a strength, it's actually a weakness, which then exacerbates missing Dre Greenlaw, who Azeez Al-Shaair is a capable backup, but he's not Dre Greenlaw, which puts more pressure on Fred Warner, who probably feels like he has to field more of a role and is making mental mistakes because he's worried about what the other guy is doing instead of what he's doing. And then you have that soft-ass secondary when the team's not getting home. You have stuff today where Colt McCoy was like 24 of 28 or whatever it was. Like, no, I mean, defensively, this team is a huge disappointment. The offense is about like whatever, right? Like, you know, we had some injuries or whatever, but Jimmy's been Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy gonna throw them hospital. I thought he took out Ayuk or Sanu today.
Dude, the whole entire stadium, there was a loud gasp. Everybody just completely was like, "Oh my!" Because he landed and then his knee buckled, and he somehow got up. I have no idea how.
Honestly, that first throw to George, I was like, "Dude, Jimmy hates George Kittle."
I missed it. I didn't see the first throw.
He threw it high and behind him, and then Kittle gets sandwiched by 2 Cardinals, and I'm just like, "Damn, dude."
Yeah. It's
also
right when you get him back.
Also, by the way, since we're talking about wide receivers getting hit, man, RIP to Brandon Ayuk's future children. He took a shoulder right to the nuts today. Yeah. They showed him on the sideline, and he got crotched big time, and it looked terrible.
He looked pretty.
I saw it when he got hit, and I was like, oh man.
Yep.
But he held on to the ball. Brandon Ayuk had a hell of a game today. I was very impressed with him.
Very, very impressed.
Very nice punt return too.
Back to he carried one out all the way to like the 40. I want to say, if I remember correctly.
And it's like,
he finished with.
I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I called that shit.
You did, and for tooting our own horns here, that penalty. Armstead doesn't get that stupid face mask, and both of my predictions were right. Kittle and Armstead. So I got to do it. I'm not right often, guys, so I got to celebrate when I am.
Hey, Greg Brownstead, you about to get banned, son.
I'm missing it.
Jim Harbaugh can't beat Ohio State, bro. We don't need him back here.
Jimmy couldn't even beat Jim couldn't beat Seattle when it mattered
Right.
most. No thanks.
Right.
Hey Zach, hey Matt, do you think Josh Norman has to go? Leave this team. Yes.
Yeah, I don't see what positive. He's got one interception on a tip drill, and other than that, he's got a bunch of penalties.
Yeah.
Like,
he hurts his team when he
I mean,
helps.
if we thought that like Sherm was washed, like Norman is like bleached. Like, dude needs to go to like Goodwill. Like he's toast.
What cracks me up too is that and you got it if you're an athlete, I get it, but he plays with that same mentality like he was with Washington or Carolina, I think was when he had his best
Yeah.
years. And
Yeah,
he
he's still
acts
playing
like
like he's that guy, and he's clearly
yes,
not that guy.
no, he wants to play hero ball. Who the hell
Right.
are you, Josh Norman? Stay sound in your assignment.
It was
Don't
so
hurt the team.
it was so funny because there was a play where it was two wide receivers set on the left side. I think they had put the running back out wide, and K1 is playing the slot, Norman on the outside. Norman points to the underneath route, which was the correct mental call, but then Norman had to cover the slant, and he was like 6 yards behind the slant, and it was like a first down. And it's just like, dude, it's clear you know what they're trying to do, but you can't make it there.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, man.
Yep. David Yank says, as much as we complain about Ward and Tart's non-ball hawking skills, they don't give up a lot of big plays, and they are sure tacklers.
The safeties weren't the problem. It's been the corners the entire year.
Yep.
I thought Hufanga played pretty well. He was on the ball making tackles. It was Alshire missing tackles. It was Emmanuel Mosley taking a terrible angle on one of those plays. I think it was a touchdown play.
It was.
Right? It was – I mean, there were a couple times where the safeties were out of position. I think on that screen pass in the third quarter that Connor housed, Warner did the right thing. He's supposed to pursue to the sideline to force him back inside to help because there was nothing but green grass in front of Connor on the outside. There was nobody there, and he knew it. So he had to overrun, trying to draw a block in the back. And then the safeties just completely, like the safeties and corners and everybody else just completely over pursued the play, and Connor cut it back for a touchdown. Yeah. It was real bad.
Bad angles all day. Stewart says, Bosa said the 49ers knew Colt would screen the hell out of them, but they still couldn't do anything to stop it. The run defense is soft as hell, and the blitzes were getting picked up and gashed.
Like I said, Bosa and a bunch of mediocre shit.
And that's sad when you literally know what the opposing team is trying to do and you can't stop it. That means you're a bad team. Point out, point flat. Yeah. Simple as that. They're a bad team. And I said it during the game. Last week wasn't them riding the ship. I was wrong if I said that. Hear me clear now. The Bears are just a horrible team. The 49ers are still a very bad team. And guys, if they somehow sneak into the playoffs walking ass backwards blind, they will be for sure one and done. I guarantee you this defense is not stopping even Jordan Love's Green Bay Packers with how poorly.
I mean, I'm going to call it right now. This team's not making the playoffs.
No, but yes, no.
No way, no how.
No.
I'll put it to you this way. Let's do this right now, Zach. We like to give shit away. If the 49ers make the playoffs, we'll give away a jersey to a subscriber.
Yep. You heard it here, guys. 29-minute mark. Screenshot this, record it, tweet us at this in 12 weeks or however long the playoffs are? 10 weeks.